Hello, Douglas here at Advantage Experts in Clean. You've probably seen some of our video series we've been putting together. That is to benefit you owners and operators. We're going to do one today on portable extractors on water pressure. Water pressure in an extractor is quite important. It is also on a truck mount, but I want to talk about some simple things. The manufacturers say you should maintenance the water pump head every 500 hours. The problem is most of the extractors, like in our video example, does not have an hour meter. And therefore you go, well, what's 500 hours? I don't know. You know how much you use it, but probably once a year you should maintenance it. I want to show you a pump head that has been ignored and not maintained. I have it here on my table, and here once a year or every 500 hours you should disassemble this, clean it, and put a good white lithium grease on it and put it back in. You'll check your check valves, make sure there's no debris. Those are pretty durable. But what happened is this unit came in due to an excessive noise. The customer got used to the loss of water pressure, but it was the noise that had increased, because the noise is the final warning sign that the head has expired. I'd like to point out that they come with cam and bearings. A cam and bearing is what operates the pump head to cause it to pivot from left to right to build the pressure. If you'll notice on this one that I have, there is pitting. Whenever you replace the pump head, you should always replace the cam and bearing. It's an inexpensive part, but it plays a critical role in the performance. I'd like to move on. Another thing that causes water pressure problems in an extractor, they all generally have some sort of an inline filter. And this one is got severe cracks all through it. And what that causes is airflow. And airflow gets in there, which now drops your water pressure down, and it just doesn't cause good performance. Also, you'll have customers that say, I don't know why it's dripping under my extractor. Well, a few things can cause that, but definitely a cracked filter housing will be one of your problems. Let's have a look inside. Everybody should know their equipment. I'd like to point out the inline filter that's right here. This is easy to get to. This should be cleaned regularly. We've also talked about the pump head. The pump head is the gold one in this unit. It is attached to the pump motor. This is the item that should be maintenance once a year or every 500 hours. This is your vacuum motor. And this is one of the things that causes water to come out of the bottom of your portable, is when it takes on foam. When it takes on foam, it converts it back into moisture, which then will come out of the exhaust of the vacuum motor, which then builds up in here. The way this one's designed, it's going to drip right onto this motor, which is about a $400 motor, which then you'll shorten its life. So buying D-foam and using it will extend the life of the vacuum motor, the pump motor, the electrical wiring box. All these components are in this area. And here's the inline filter. This is what needs to be inspected regularly and cleaned. If you'll remember what I showed you earlier in the video, that they get cracks. When they get cracks, they leak water, they take on air, you lose water pressure. The other thing that I'd like to point out, it's simple, you can see it on the front of this unit, is the quick connect. Eventually these will drip, and then drip, and then drip, and then they'll get a pretty good stream. Well, that tells you that they're wore out. You know, for about $8, you can put a new one on, and that will also then not only stop the drip, but allow you better water pressure. Again, those are just simple tips on how to take care of your portable extractor so that you won't have any downtime. Thank you, Douglas, with Advantage Experts in Clean.